What's going on, everybody? It's Hot Corner Baseball here. I'm Ben. I'm joined by.
Brody.
And today we're doing something we haven't done on the channel yet. It's going to be like a recap of the Edwin Encarnacion trade and kind of now a evaluation of the lineup, rotation, possible moves at the deadline, and what the future holds for the Yankees this season. I don't know what we're going to title it. We might title it like Yankee Recap, New York Yankee Recap, something like that. And coincidentally, it's with Brody's team, the Yankees. So, but we didn't choose this just because it's the Yankees. It was just the first real big move of the season. So as other moves continue to happen, as we get closer and closer to the trade deadline, and there's more buyers and sellers as teams try to make the playoff push, then we will continue to make these videos. And then so while we evaluate the trade, then we'll look at the lineup and kind of just talk about it. So there's no real set thing we're going to do in this video, so I think we're just going to get into it. Brody, do you want to just recap the trade? And then they may know it, but let's just recap it for them.
All right, so this weekend, the Yankees received first base slash DH slugger Edwin Encarnacion, who's had a great start this season, leading the AL in home runs. We gave away our
Except for last night, Trout took the lead.
okay, no, Edwin Encarnacion hit another one the other night with the Yankees, so he's up one on him.
Oh, they're tied then, right?
All
Because
right,
what is
so
Encarnacion?
yeah, so we gave away our 28th best prospect, 19-year-old Juan Then.
Okay.
So this was obviously not what we were worried about giving up because obviously we won the talent part of the trade. The thing we were worried about is the salary, what we're taking on. The Mariners had better options in return. They just had to take ours because we could eat more of the salary. So what's going to happen is Edwin Encarnacion will split time with Luke Voigt at first base, and then Stanton's going to have to play in the field, and obviously Clint Frazier got sent down, so we could be talking about him later in the video for a possible trade piece.
Yeah, it seems like Clint's on the way out in New York, just from what I've seen and heard. But yeah, so as far as like as a non-Yankee fan and somebody just on the outside, from what I can see from that trade, the Yankees, they totally won that trade. And if I remember correctly, aren't the Mariners still paying a good portion of the contract?
So yeah, Edwin Encarnacion's making around 17 to 20 million right now.
Yeah.
The Indians are eating around 3 million of it, and then the Yankees and Mariners are splitting. So we're going to be paying
Yeah.
around 7 million, which is nothing for
It's
us.
nothing for the Yankees. And yeah, that kind of confuses me why the Mariners did it for such a lowly prospect. Like 28th, you said 28th in the Yankees organization.
Who they traded 2 years ago. We got Nick Rumbelow from them, and then now they want Juan Then back. They traded
Oh,
it to
really?
us, and now we're trading him back. So technically, it's from Nick Rumbelow, who I don't even know where
Yes.
he is.
Yeah, so the Yankees, if we're gonna grade the trade itself, that's a complete A+ trade.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they really need any power hitters at this point. The Yankees are one of the most powerful lineups, but the addition of I think Encarnacion kind of puts them over the top. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, we do have a ton of righty bats in that lineup. We're still waiting for Hicks to pick up
Yes.
Edie to slowly get back in that offense. But I mean, when you can add a guy like Encarnacion to that lineup, you're only going to get more production. It
Yes.
does hurt to see Clint Frazier go down, how he was producing, but I mean, it's going to happen. And now we could
Yeah.
strengthen our weaker part of our team, which is our starting rotation.
And Clint was all pissed about it. I saw an interview afterwards, and he was kind of moping, and like they're asking him questions. He's like, "No, I don't think I really deserve to get sent down. Like I proved
I
enough."
mean,
So, I mean,
he
what go
he
say?
he doesn't deserve to get sent down. If it was any other
No.
team, he'd be just everyday left fielder for them. Obviously not right field. We know how terrible of a fielder he is out there.
Yeah.
But I do see that he struggled with concussions last year, just couldn't find his way up. And then this year to see him get off to such a hot start and then get sent down could be frustrating. But I mean, he could have taken it a little better and
Yeah.
realized that he just needs to work a little bit harder to get back up over the guys like Maben and yeah. So
Yeah, and like what you said about if he was on another team, he'd be an everyday starter. I think it's true, and that's perfect. I mean, it's kind of funny because the Yankees are sending a highly touted prospect like Frazier down, just because they have so many pieces already. But the way he played this year was the best possible scenario for the Yankees because now he's really, I'd say right now, he's one of the best pieces to that they have, or that any team has, to acquire a frontline starter like Bauer or something along those lines, Bumgarner, something like that. So I think Frazier, I mean, obviously he's not happy about it. Who else would? He's having a great season, but um, I think he'll be good wherever he goes if he just gets consistent starts. And yeah, I think the Yankees. Yeah, I guess we could start talking about possible trades. I mean, I know I just threw out some names like Bumgarner and Trevor Bauer, but what do you think might happen?
So first off, I'm gonna give out some trade pieces that we have to get
Yeah,
these dudes. So I've been studying a ton of our prospects who we could throw in. I'll just include a couple of guys that catch my eye. So one, we have our he's known as the 5-tool outfielder is Esteban Florial.
yeah,
Esteban Florial is our number one prospect after Glaber and Clint got retired from the minors. And he does it all. He just got off an injury. He's coming back. He's playing single ball right now, and he could be up within the next 1 to 2 years. So he's still got a little room there. So that could be a piece. That would be a big piece of a trade that can happen.
yeah.
Another person that interests me is Jonathan Loisiaga. He came up earlier this year. He did well. His command is a little erratic, just like Justice Sheffield's was last
Yeah,
year. He's shown that he has the stuff, and he is our number 2 prospect. So that's another piece that could be thrown in. A guy that caught my eye 2 nights ago was DV Garcia. He threw 6 innings and 15 strikeouts.
Wow.
And what a better time to throw that outing. That is bolsters his trade value. And I'm happy. I mean, if we keep him, that's great. But I think now's the time to sell. Another guy, obviously, Clint Frazier. That's our best piece. There's been talks about Andujar, even though he's in an injury right now.
Yeah, they might move him.
Torres. I say we keep on to Torres. He's been
Yeah,
great.
I saw a few like some stuff on Twitter about that. People were talking about possibly moving Torres and others to try to get Scherzer. First of all, Yankees fans and other people in general that think the Yankees can acquire Scherzer, that's not gonna happen. I don't think Max Scherzer is getting traded. Do you think he's getting traded?
No, definitely not.
Rizzo from the GM of the Nationals literally said like they're gonna have to give up the farm, the whole like every single prospect they have. I mean, obviously he's exaggerating, but to get Scherzer, you got to give up at least Torres and another big leaguer. So that's not happening. But I don't think they're gonna. I think the Yankees already said that Torres is kind of untouchable, like not even on the block at this point. So.
And then just 2 other names that I could see in a trade is Domingo Acevedo, a right-handed pitcher, and then you have Albert Abreu, our number 3 prospect. So those are just some names. I don't need to go too in depth on them. They're going to be good pieces, good front of the rotation starters eventually, but they still got ways to go, and they could be thrown in for a possible trade. Now for the people we could be getting, I've been hearing Stroman from the Blue Jays. I've been hearing Bumgarner from the Giants. I've been hearing Bauer from the Indians. And I've even heard a little bit of Matthew Boyd from the Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's as realistic with such a great year this season. But a guy that I really want is Trevor Bauer. So Trevor Bauer does have a little bit of a little off the field drama, kind of. But
you would. I think you would have some problems in New York though with the media.
Yeah, but I could just see him just having a great impact on that team. Like there's like guys like Todd Frazier was 2 years ago. He just woke up that locker room.
Yeah,
that could have a great impact on that locker room, but also can destroy it. Him and Bregman having some of that beef. I mean, I don't see that as such a big deal. But
yeah,
I mean, what he found, which is ultimately what matters. He's shown, like we had in our top 10 video, he's a top 10 starting pitcher.
Honestly, so that's who you want, obviously.
That's my main target.
Obviously, he's more of a bigger name and a better pitcher than this guy. But I actually think, first off, the rumors of Bumgarner, I don't know about how well he would fare. He's giving up the long ball. Like he's always struggled with the long ball, and in Yankee Stadium, it could be tough. It could be rough. But I think the person that might fit the Yankees best, like do the best at Yankee Stadium, would be Stroman, because he's actually had a good year this year. He had one really bad start against the D-backs, and I think a few other bad starts. But overall, he's been really good, and he has like a 2-8 record. It's because like in all of his starts, the Blue Jays have failed to score more than 2 runs or something like that. But he has an ERA either below or around 3, and the fact that he's pretty much always throwing cutters, sinker, slider. So he's getting a ton of ground balls. He's known as being a ground ball pitcher. So the more you can keep the ball out of the air in Yankee Stadium, I think the better you'll do. So I think he actually might be a really good fit. And he's already, he's played in the AL East his whole career, so he knows what it's like to play in the AL East. Because yeah, it doesn't affect on switching leagues halfway through the year.
All right, I think we should just wrap up the video by maybe going through our lineup, see what a potential lineup will be when healthy.
Yeah,
So, batting first and playing third base, I expect our number leadoff hitter to be DJ LeMahieu. As I was telling Ben before the video, he is my favorite player on the Yankees. We have a ton of big bats on the Yankees and a lot of players just hitting home runs. The Yankees haven't had a guy like this who just hits for contact over 500 with runners in scoring position since Jeter, and
yeah,
I couldn't have asked for more. Giving him 2-year, $24 million deal at the beginning of the year, I'm like, what? Where's he gonna play? But with the injury to Andujar and a little bit of regression from Urshela, now I see where his spot is, an everyday third baseman.
yeah.
So second in the lineup is going to be Aaron Judge, who plays right field. Judge in any other lineup will hit third or fourth, but obviously no room for that. He can hit for contact, draws a ton of walks, and obviously
Yeah,
with
he's
that.
a high on base percentage. Yeah.
Third, let's put third
I think
Luke Voigt.
Oh, you think Voit will hit
I
third?
think Voigt, Sanchez, Stanton.
Okay.
I feel like we need more of a contact hitter at 3 than Stanton, and then you'll see where I go.
Yeah, I can
3,
see that.
I could see Stanton 3-2 as well, but I'll put Voigt 3. Voigt 3 just because to limit the strikeouts between Judge and Stanton, just split them up a little bit, just break that up. Voigt's been killing it. He's been a little pitched around because of not having that many stars around him.
Yeah.
But now that Stanton and Judge are back, he should see more pitches. 4, I have Gary Sanchez, who's been arguably the best catcher this year,
Oh yeah.
and just continuing to rake.
He's been the
5,
best player for the Yankees so far this year, for sure.
5, I have Giancarlo Stanton. Giancarlo Stanton obviously is going to strike out a ton, and I just want to have him like he has been since he's back. He's hitting around 5th. Just to have him there, just slowly incorporate him into the offense, and if he starts heating up, put him 3rd.
Yeah.
And make 4th on days off for Sanchez when Romine's in the lineup. Number 6, probably Didi Gregorius to throw a lefty in there to switch it up.
Yeah, you got to split up the righties.
Yeah, I've also thought about putting Didi 3 just to like split everything up, but with too much power in there, you got to throw him. Next, probably we'll go Edwin Encarnacion, the DH spot, just to just throw a righty in there, and then we got. It's kind of
funny. You have Edwin Encarnacion hitting 7th in a lineup, right? If Edwin Encarnacion is hitting 7th in a lineup, you obviously got a good lineup.
Then left we have Aaron Hicks and we have Gleyber Torres. I'm gonna put Aaron Hicks 8, Gleyber 9. Hear me out. Gleyber's gonna single more often. He's gonna hit in the gaps. Aaron Hicks is a more homer reliant player, and I'm gonna put him at 8, Gleyber 9 to set the lineup up with LeMahieu right after him.
Yep, I agree.
And then obviously our bullpen is the best in the MLB, so I don't need to with that. Ottavino, Canely, Britton, Chapman, Betances coming back.
Yeah, you guys got the best bullpen.
That's insane. Starters, obviously, when Severino comes back, we'll have Severino, Tanaka, Paxton, Herman, who's been surprising, and CC, Happ, which is it's good. It's good.
You don't really need another starter, honestly. I mean, I think their pitching is definitely weaker than I'd say the Astros.
The Astros is the only team I think that has a better punch. After Cole and Verlander, I say we have the more depth.
Yeah,
but Verlander can go out and just throw a complete game shutout whenever on any day. So that's the kind of pitch we need to battle that in the playoffs.
Yeah. The Yankees are just they have so much so many great young players, so many prospects. Why not get better? So they're obviously gearing up for a World Series run this year.
It's a win now mentality.
Would you if they didn't make the World Series this year, would you be very disappointed?
If we lose in 7 in the ALCS, I'll be disappointed. Obviously, you're losing and one game away from the World Series, but you can't take away from that Astros lineup and that
Yeah.
pitching. I just feel like we have an edge right now on them just because of
Hmm.
the bullpen. You could see Ozuna struggling a little bit right now, who's their sole great reliever.
They
So
got
if
Presley too, though.
Presley, yeah, Presley's there, but I could see him regressing. I really don't see him keeping up what he's doing right now because he hasn't been there for them like in years
Yeah.
past. So
Yeah. Yeah, he's been solid, but um, yeah. So other than that, I think we talked a lot for about the Yankees. So if you like the Yankees, this is the video for you. But other than that, I think we covered everything, right?
yes, I need a few things to say. Thank you for 50 subscribers.
Yes. Thank you for 50 subscribers.
That's awesome. Uh, leave a comment what other teams you want to see, what teams that you would like for us to analyze, talk about, see if they're a buyer or seller at the deadline, or
Yep.
just your favorite team. Other than that, please
Next
subscribe and
video. Yeah, like you were saying, like if you did enjoy, like, subscribe, all that stuff. But also, next video is gonna be second baseman on our top 10 list. So we're gonna continue that. Hopefully you guys have been liking that so far. Those have been fun to make. And yeah, like Brody said, that's gonna wrap it up. So
Hot
peace.
Corner. Peace.